Hi everybody, it's Bonnie Michelle. How are you guys tonight? I'm back live and I'm here to answer your questions. So I hope you join us tonight for about 15-20 minutes so I can be here to answer any questions that you might have. Anything that's going on in your life, anything you want me to look into, relationships, health, moving, finances, job, security, anything that's on your mind, just give me a shout, send me a message, say hello. It's nice for you to join me. I love being here. I try to come being here for about once a week, and I'm hoping that I can give you an idea of what I do. Because I do a lot of fundraising work and email readings and phone readings and private parties, and it's just, I love it because I always meet so many different kind of people and I always have so much fun, and I love just enjoying doing what I do. So jump on board and send me a question. Ask me anything that you want. Don't be shy, and hopefully I can answer your questions right here. I have my questions right here with me. See that? You know, so I'll just make this a little bit straighter. You know, and I hope I can answer your questions. So if you have anything for me, even if you're just curious about what I do, how I do it, I've been doing it for 25 years. I have a Facebook page, as you know. It's Bonnie's Tarot Card Readings and Parties. I also have a Twitter page, which you can find me at Bonnie Tarot. And if for some reason you're a little shy and you don't want to ask me a question on here for people to see, you can always email me a question, bonnietarot@yahoo.com. Or I do private readings and parties as well, so you could just ask me anything you want there or inquire about what I do. So you could just do that as well. And so if anybody is curious and wants to know what's going on, wants more insight into a situation, wants to know how someone feels about a certain situation in a romantic relationship, I do get a lot of romance questions, a lot of work questions, a lot of children questions. A lot of parents are always curious about, you know, their child and how things are going to go with them, and they're going to be okay in school and their friends and so forth. So people ask me, can you actually read for children? Because, you know, something like this is not typical for a child to get a tarot card reading. It's pretty unusual, but what happens is, as long as there's an adult supervision and they ask me to be there for, let's say, a party and all the children are really young, then as long as there's an adult there, I'm cool with that. And the interesting and cute part of it is when I did do a party like that, they asked me about camp, which was very cute. It was very cute. They all asked me if they'll all be in the same camp together, or if their future will be in a certain sports-related career. So I thought that was very cute, and because they were all very close, so they all wanted to know if they were all going to continue to be together. So it was a very enjoyable party and event that I worked for with all these kids, so that was very cute. Yeah, so hi, this is Bonnie Tarot, so come and join the party. We're here to answer your questions and anything you want to know. Love, career, moving, finances, home life. I've heard it all in my 25 years of doing this. I studied with a tarot professional. It's very cool. The one biggest tip that she told me when I was studying this, that I remember all these years, is now take everything you learned and forget everything and just let instinct kick in, because that way your own personal feelings can pick up on things rather than things that you learn from card to card to card to layouts. And so that's how I did it all through the years. I just look at the cards and it tells me a story. So based on that, it just flows and gives me the answers that I need to give you the response to your question that you're looking for. It gives you an insight as to what could happen in the future, but you got to remember, you're also in control of your own destiny. So you have the control to do whatever it is that you really want to do. Now, if your plans or direction stays the same, then the reading that I give you will be the same as well. We'll just stay on the same path. But I give you the forethought, or I see what's going on, that you might want to take a different direction should it come out a different path for you, depending on what you're looking for. Hi, Amanda. I know I keep missing you. You keep missing me, but it's nice to see you. Hi, Crystal from Ontario, Canada. Wow, we get people from all over the place. In fact, I read people from Singapore, and you're like, how do you do Singapore? They had such crazy hours. Well, that's usually by email that I do my readings, and people say, well, how do you do an email reading for someone that's so far away? How do you connect to that person? Well, I connect to them through their energy. So based on their question that they're asking me, and I kind of see a picture, what they look like, that puts that in my head, so I can connect to that person, and I concentrate on them and their name, and I just do the reading as if they're right in front of me. Hi, Stephanie, how are you? From Florida. Cool. I was just in Florida, and would you believe I broke my foot, so I was out of commission for a while. But it's on the mend. Thank you very much for asking. So, great Florida. I love it. How's the weather over there? Is it nice and warm and hot? It was kind of warm today. And if you didn't realize it, yesterday was considered the first day of the summer solstice, which meant that it was the longest day of the year. So, did it feel long to you? I don't know. I think it felt a little kind of long to me, but it was a long day nevertheless. But if you guys have any questions that you really want me to look at really quick, I'll be here for about 15-20 minutes here to answer any of your questions that's burning in your mind, that you really is. It's humid and raining in Florida. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's kind of humid here too in New York. So, you do. Amanda, does that mean you have a question for me? I'm not sure, but it's always a pleasure to talk to you and to everybody. Even if you didn't have a question regarding tarot card readings, if there was something else that you might be curious about, what I do, how I do it, how long I've been doing it, basically about 25, almost 30 years at this stage of the game. But here's my cards. I use the Hanson Tarot deck, Hanson Roberts, and there's so many, how do you know, to choose from. I do have several kind of decks, but I use more one than something else. And can I hear spirit sometimes? That's an interesting question. I don't hear spirits like a medium would, where they hear or sense or feel or someone's whispering in their ear. I don't do that. However, what I tap into is that if someone has passed away and someone comes to me, a client comes to me and wants to know if there's a message coming from that person, then I will shuffle the cards with that person in mind, concentrate on their energy, and see what message comes across. It could be from something so minor to saying hello and you're making the right choices and decisions, to something very major, as in they're watching over you and your family and they see any struggles that you're going through, or I might say a phrase or two and they'll tell me that that phrase that I said sounds just like the person that has passed away. So that wouldn't be a coincidence. It's just something that happens. So that's how I relate to, not spirits in the sense that you're thinking about, but through the cards, that whatever messages I get, it's a story or it's what they're trying to say that I could pick up, and then I could relate to the client. So thank you very much for your question. That's a great question, and I do appreciate that. Crystal, it's been 4 years since you had your cards. Do you remember if anything that they said in your past, that reading, that came to light that amazed you in any way, shape, or form? That'd be an interesting thing to hear, because I like hearing people's reactions. I know that I've come across people who are afraid to get a reading, and I would say, why? And it's really fear of the unknown. It's not really something to be afraid of. They may be afraid of certain cards in the deck, like the Tower or the Death card, which means a total transformation and a change. It could be the ending of something, but not a physical life as you and I know it, but as of a situation or a point in time in your life that you're making major changes, such as a career change or a move. That would be the ultimate change. Can you tell if someone has a message from me? Can you feel anything? Well, Amanda, if you want to know if there is a message from someone, I need that person's name to tap into them to see if there's a specific message. If I just did a blanket reading on something like that, I wouldn't really be able to zone in on the message that you're seeking the person from. So if there is a particular person that you're looking for, send me their first name and if they're like related to you or not. Stephanie's saying, I have a 2. Let me see. What I have for both me and my husband. Stephanie, I'm not exactly sure I understand what your question is. Can you make it a little bit clearer? I'm not exactly sure. And then I will answer that question for you, okay? So, Amanda, I see. All right, Amanda. Let me just shuffle the cards for you and see if there's any connection from this person for you. People say, how many times do you shuffle the cards? As soon as I feel that connection coming through, that's when I know to stop. So Amanda's asking me about someone that has passed. So we'll take a look and see what comes through. So bear with me while I shuffle. Amanda, if you're still there watching and waiting and looking for some answers, I just have a question for you. Now, I'm getting the Tower card here for her. So can you, usually that means that something happened suddenly. So can you just let me know if her passing was a sudden, traumatic situation here? I feel that she was actually a person that enjoyed life. She loved to have a good time. She really tried to be like a good friend and have fun and enjoy things. And I definitely feel that there's a possibility of this person being around you. And the reason why I say that is because I see the spirit, the star card, which represents spirit in your environment. So if you feel anything or if there's any communications, I feel that there's trying to have some connection there from her to you and so forth. So have you spoken to this person? Have you like talked to her, saying anything to her? Because if I feel that she hears what you're saying, so she definitely senses what you have to say. So keep it up, express yourself, say your feelings, because she hears what you are expressing to her. And I feel that what she is trying to express to you is, oh, that's interesting, There's like a little fly here. Sometimes a fly is like a spirit too. They fly around sometimes. So that's very interesting when that happens. So, but yeah, Amanda, I feel that she says that she sees how you're always working a lot on things. So you put a lot of effort into your life, and she sees the hard work that you put into things. So she's definitely someone that is around, hears your speech, hears your words. And that's important because that's something that it shows heavily a lot of communication. So I definitely feel that that is something significant between you and her. So please let me know if that means something to you, because that's coming off very, very strongly. You know, now Crystal, I know, is asking a question. All right, I'll take a look regarding your situation because it looks pretty important. Let's see here. Okay, so you want to see, okay, so I'll take a look and see how things are going regarding your marriage due to the depression that you mentioned. So let me take a look, Crystal, for you. Hi guys, I'm just concentrating on Crystal's questions. Thank you very much for the likes and the hearts that go through, by the way. I think that's really cute. Thank you. Keep them coming. Alright, let's see. Crystal. Okay, Crystal. Well, it's definitely showing me a lot of things for you right now. Now, these two cards, the Five of Wands, I don't know if you could see that, and the Five of Pentacles. As you notice, they're both fives, which when you get a number combination, that also means something when you're doing a reading. Here's the situation. I definitely feel that in your personal relationship, there was definitely conflicts and fighting and concerns, disappointments, worry, thinking that you're going to give up and walk out or just let it leave. And I can understand where it could have led to a separation and stuff like that. There was definitely a hyper focus on either some sort of obsession, but it could have been based on your depression, what you were going through, and that was putting it in a bad situation. Now, the card that represents you right now is the Tower. So I definitely feel that you're at a point in time where you're concerned that something could happen or explode at any moment based on what you're feeling. Now, I understand you say that you're, you know, that you're stronger than ever, which is fantastic because the people around you see the Two of Swords, which is a good card because that means peace. Peace, tranquility, calmness is finally entering into the picture. And I know that you try to do the best you can. There are times that I feel that you might get a little emotional or sensitive, and yet you fear that at the same time. Those are not bad qualities, but you see that sometimes as a negative quality based on what you've experienced in the past within the relationship and the depression that you were going through. But the good part of it is you have the World card, which means you definitely have been working through this, and it shows you coming out of the other ends of it in a more positive way, because I see you working through your problems and issues with the Six of Swords. So that's moving in the right direction. So that's really good. That's when you get a 6, that's making the right decisions and the right choices. So keep going for it and you're going to be great. So it was a bumpy road there for a while, but you're definitely on the right path. So Crystal, I wish you so much luck with that, but I know that you're gonna do really great. Okay. Amanda, okay, so thank you for acknowledging that that was your grandma. I appreciate that. Hi, Stephanie. Glad that you can join us. Helping him with things for me and my husband for chosen career will be a good one. You want to know if, so what you want to know, okay, she's passed away, and you're having this misery wondering if what she's doing good and she's helping. Got it. Okay, Stephanie. So I see what you're saying. Can you just tell me what, well, okay, I don't need to ask that. Hello, everybody. So let me look for Stephanie. Okay, Stephanie. Now, I know a lot of people like to ask several questions, and that's fantastic. However, so I can get to everybody I possibly can, right now I'll have to do about one question a person. So I apologize for that, but I do want to try to see if I can get to other people. Now, it's interesting because one of my jumper cards showed up, Stephanie, which was the 5 of Pentacles. So there is a sadness on your husband in this matter, so it's definitely showing that sense of loss, and that's just something that popped out. So let me see, which means that he's still being affected very greatly by the situation, and that he's having a hard time dealing with his emotions. Okay. Right, okay, as I was saying, first of all, I want you to know that she is in a good place. That's first and foremost, that it was what she is saying, telling me with the 9 of Cups. That means that she is in a good place. She's at, so she is okay at this point. She sees her son heartbroken. See the 3 of Swords? That is the card that represents your husband, Stephanie, which means, like I said, with the other card that fell out with the 3 of Swords, that means that he's still going through the heartbreak, and it's going to take him a little while, as it is normally, but for him, it's definitely, he still feels the loss in a big way. And yes, I do feel that she tries to watch over him, protect him, and I don't know if there's any moving involved, because she's showing me a lot of activity and moving, but it's interesting enough that you asked me about work, because she is also showing me about work situations, so that's gonna play a role. She sees everything, all right? So whatever she tells me, it's what's going on in your world, your life, what's going on and what's coming up. But as far as her wanting to send any kind of messages to your son, it means that to your husband, she acknowledges that she sees how he's still very heartbroken, but that will pass. Now, is there a child here? Because I see a young child that she's also watching over. But know that she's in a good place. She's definitely watching. She definitely sees a lot of career situations. And yes, she is saying it'll be a good one. There's going to be some kind of offer or some good opportunity coming up, so go for it, is what she's telling me. So good luck with that, Stephanie, and I hope that gives you some insight and it can help you. Of course, if there's any in-depth questions you have, you can always contact me on a private situation. So thank you, Stephanie, for asking your questions, and I do appreciate that. Thank you so much. You know. Hi, Linda. Do you do live readings? Yes, I do right now. I am here live answering your questions. So yes, Linda, I am here answering questions for you. So if you do have a question, don't panic. I'm here. So if there's something that you really need me to look at, you know, just send me the question here. So I don't want you to be desperate. Don't freak out. I know a lot of people get worried, and but you'll be fine. Just send me a question. Stephanie, you still continue. Yes, you will do fine. So don't worry about that. The good choices in career, as according to your mother-in-law, will be fine. And it looks like my little kitty cat Hobbs jumped up on the table. So that's a good sign too. He's very friendly. Hi, Amanda. Yes. Okay. Okay, Linda. You want to know if your mom's around. Can you tell me what your mom's first name is? You know, if you can. Oh, I'm sorry that you lost them, you know, so let me see. Thank you, Amanda, for acknowledging the whole communication things. You heard her say hello once, but you'll probably hear more as time goes by, because communication between the two of you is very, very strong. So just be aware of your surroundings, and if you hear anything weird or strange, you know, just be aware that that would be her. Okay. You can, you want to see, you guys want to see Hobbs? You could show Hobbs. I didn't see him. Let's see. All right, Linda, so I'm taking a look real quick for you. Join me in my reading sometimes. So, are you guys cat friendly or dog friendly, or both? Well, Linda, I understand, you know, that loss, and I'm very sorry for your loss of your parents. But I do want to say that I do see both a male and female popping up in your reading. So even though I was concentrating on your mom, both of them actually popped up. And the great thing is they're showing me the Two of Swords, so that means they are at peace. So I want you to know that. So I hope that the pain has gotten a little bit easier. I know it doesn't matter. It could be 20 years, it could be 40 years. You know, you feel the pain no matter what. But they are at peace, which is extremely important to know, because that is huge. Because sometimes they could be in a transitional period, they can be unrest, they didn't finish things that they started that here on, you know, on earth. So but they are at peace, and they want you, I know this is going to sound a little strange, but I feel that from their perspective is that you don't socialize or get out much or enjoy yourself as much. They're saying go and enjoy your life. Try to relax and have some fun. They feel that that is something that's a little lacking. So if that is the case, please go out and enjoy their life. Know that they're at peace and that they are there, and that they are watching you. So that is important. For some reason, it seems like your life, in a way, is put on hold to some extent, and that you're not enjoying it as much as you should. So definitely take that note and try to enjoy yourself and go out and be sociable and do a little bit more, but know that they are okay. So Linda, thank you very much for your question, and I hope I was able to give you some peace with that. Amanda, okay, great, thanks. Hi Elizabeth, how are you? You're welcome. Crystal, thank you for asking. Hey Linda. Hi Bridget. Okay, Bridget. Hi, Tonya. How are you? Okay, Bridget, we're going to take a look real quick about your career and see what's going on there. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining in. It's Bonnie Michelle here answering your questions. And it looks like Hobbs, my cat, is sitting here on the table, which is not unusual. And whenever I do readings for clients, I always let him know that there's a cat around, just in case he might jump up like he did right now. He likes to be in the middle of the action, so maybe we can show him a little bit, you know? Can we see him? There he goes. Okay. He didn't like being on camera. What can I tell you? Little finicky cat. Okay, let's see. Okay, Bridget, we're taking a look about your future career. Okay, well, Bridget, the thing with you is, and career and work, I feel like there's some period of time where you shouldn't rush into anything. Make sure, because I feel like if you do, it might be for the wrong reason. So make sure that the choice that you make is something that you're happy with. Because I feel there's a little bit of confusion when it comes to that is concerned. Don't rush into anything. That's the biggest. So that is what's happening here. And you're concerned financially that it might not be as financially rewarding as you had hoped it would be. And so because of that, if you choose a path that you're not totally comfortable with in your career, it might not be as rewarding as you had hoped. So that's why I want you to think and wait things out before jumping into anything, and before you know all the ins and outs and everything you need to know about any particular job that you take or position, or you jump into something because it sounds good. I just want you to know all the information before going into that. So I hope that helps you, but just, you know, give yourself a little time and before jumping into anything. Hi, Tonya, how are you? Hi, Danita, how are you? Linda, you never had a reading in your life? Wow, I hope I was able to give you some insight. Daphne, hello, good evening. Carla, hello. Stephanie, Daphne, Stephanie. Okay, I'm so sorry. I am going to have to go, unfortunately, because I do have some private readings coming up this evening, and I didn't realize how time goes by so fast. So please join me back again. I promise you I won't wait a full week before I come back live again, because I want to answer the rest of your questions. Now, if I was not able to answer your questions and you want to ask me privately or have a private reading, you can always contact me at 917-902-8873. You can always email me, message me on Facebook, Bonnie's Tarot Card Readings and Parties. I'm on Twitter at Bonnie Tarot. I apologize for not being able to answer every person's questions. They were all great questions, and I hope to hear from you guys again. Thank you so much for reaching out. I apologize again. I do have some private readings coming up now, so I fortunately have to cut it a little bit short than I wanted to. I would have loved to have responded to each and every one of you. So thank you so much. I will talk to you soon. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye.